This is Leo Cloutier with Malice to It None. It's indeed a pleasure to have as our guest today. One of the outstanding baseball players in the National League, formerly with the Houston Astros, came back to the Montreal Expos last year. He was acquired by them and had a tremendous year. I'd like to welcome to our show Rusty Staub. Welcome, Russ.
Well, thank you, Leo.
Russ, it's a pleasure to have you back here again as our guest today. Last year I had the pleasure of having you, and also in spring training. Russ, I understand you are studying French.
Well, that's true, Leo. I studied it last fall, and I took about 25, 30 lessons, and it's quite difficult, especially with the commitments I had to make during the winter months around Canada to try to take the courses. But it really is great to be able to say a few things. I got a long way to go with the language. I don't understand it real well when the French people speak back to me because they just speak a little too quickly for me right now. But I hope by the time the end of next winter is around that I can converse pretty freely. I don't know. It's going to take a lot of work. I got a long way to go.
Russ, do you think if you were marooned on a French island that you could get out of it all right with the French you've learned?
Well, I don't know. That's a debatable question.
Well, you could try anyway. You would.
No, I could come up with a couple of things anyway.
Russ, you had a good year last year in your first year with the Expos. Of course, you've had all of your years in the majors have been good anyway. But you batted over 300, did you not?
302, Leo. 302 last year.
And how many homers did you get, Russ?
29.
29. You enjoy being in Montreal as much as you did being in Houston?
Well, actually, being a part of the organization here, I've never enjoyed baseball so much. The last couple of years in Houston were a little rough. Had a few problems with some small mines over there in that area, and I just am really pleased to be a part of what they're trying to build here, and I hope anything that I do can just aid in that particular, movement.
That's true. Well, there's no doubt you've been a big help to this ball club, and you will continue to be. You're only 26 years old.
Well, that's right. I turned 26 on April 1st.
And this is your fourth or fifth year in the majors?
Well, actually, Leo, this is my 8th year. I'm starting my 8th year right now.
You're just a chicken when you came up?
Yeah, I started young. I was very fortunate to come up as I did.
But, Russ, you were a big hit right from the beginning. You were apparently a natural hitter.
Well, my first two seasons, you wouldn't have known it. My first season in the big leagues, I hit 224. My second season, I actually got sent down for 66 days during the course of the season. We played the rest of it with the Houston Ball Club, and I hit 216. And then the following years, when I started coming around a little bit, halfway through the season, I started to swing the bat pretty good. And from July on in 1965, I hit over 300, and then from that time on, I started to gel pretty good.
You certainly have had a tremendous stay in the majors so far. Russ, do you think that your ball club has helped itself in during the off-season, so to speak, to strengthen its ranks?
Well, we helped ourselves just by having experienced players 1 year behind them. I think getting Britton and Sparmer's pitched 2 fine ball games for us. Britton's arm has been bothering him. We hope Jim will come back pretty soon, to stabilize the staff. And we're just going to have to see. Most of the work that's going to be done is going to be improvement in our young pitching staff.
And Russ, did you prefer to play the outfield? You've played first base too, haven't you?
Right, but I much prefer playing right field.
You much prefer playing right field. And you don't mind this? Is this the sun field in this ballpark?
Yes, it is.
And how about the ballpark as a hitter's ballpark? Is it a good park for you?
Well, I like it because the wind blows out to right pretty good most of the time, and the grass is a little thick in the infield at times, but it usually straightens up pretty good when they get to where it grows a little bit during the hot months.
Well, Russ, I see that our time is up, and I certainly want to thank you very much for this interview, and I want to wish you and the Montreal Expos all the luck in the world for a good season.
My pleasure, Leo.
Thank you, Russ. This was an interview with Rusty Staub, the star outfielder of the Montreal Expos, and this brings us to the end of with Malice to It None for today. Until tomorrow at the same time, Leo Cloutier from Jarry Park in Montreal. Good day.
Brought to you by Posterfix. At Posterfix, we bring your vintage posters back to life. To learn more about Leo Cloutier's sports world, visit leocloutier.com.